Once again, college financial aid process, clarity is convenience. And of course, that's once again I'm Michael Taylor, CST-100 speech class, Ms. Deborah Moran. Let's get going. This is what happened to me. The way that I'm doing this is when I had to apply for my loans to go to ODU. That's the first time I had applied for loans in a long time. And I kind of understand the process better now, but I also understand the attitudes that's carried by students a little bit better now because I had to go through the same process. And so when I did this, what I'm actually going to show you is when I went there, what they told me, and then I'm going to show you probably what they should have said that would have carried my process on a little bit better. Because what I found out doing this is that it actually took me 4 days to do something that should have only taken 3 hours to do. Okay. And I'm just imagining if that's happening to everybody, and it just took me 4 days, and all I had to do was walk back to the other side of the campus and get my information. So I was kind of imagining if I had to get in my car and then go home and then get my stuff together and then come back. And then, you know, sometimes by being a staff member here, I have an opportunity to walk to the front of the line and just ask my question. But suppose I had to sit out there for 45 minutes to an hour just to answer one question. It wasn't a good thing. So I kind of want to carry this just a little bit farther than just a speech because I'm really, well, you'll see a lot more about it. But anyway, when I went in, and this is what I did. When I first went in, is what should I do? See, I'm assuming that I'm not going to fall into the category where I'm not going to get any financial aid. You know, I'm not a millionaire, but I know that it's a category of the amount of money that you make that determines things. And this is what they told me. They said you need to complete the federal direct student loan form and bring it back to us when it's completed. So I did exactly what they said. Okay? But that wasn't satisfactory because when I actually went back to them, that wasn't what they wanted. See, what they should have told me is that there's a process that needs to be followed to ensure that you acquire all of the free educational funding that you are eligible for. I'm sorry. So first, let's try to eliminate future loan debts by applying for grants through FAFSA and that you don't have to pay back. So even though I'm assuming that I don't need FAFSA, they should have kind of pushed it because I could fall into a category that I don't know anything about, right? But once I completed that document that they wanted me to complete, what she told me is you need to go online and complete the counseling session for direct subsidized and unsubsidized loans. Only reason why I understood that is because I have a personal business, so I understand subsidized and unsubsidized loans. I have a 501(c)(3). But for a person that's never been to college before and they never had to borrow any money before, they don't know anything about this. But this is what they told me, and then they turn around and they sent me on my way. What they should have did is they should have told me that this should be done prior to submitting any loan application. So this is something I should have done before I actually did what they told me to do. It's basically a reading comprehension assignment that ensures that you know the details of acquiring loans, what is expected of you if approved, your tax information will be needed and can automatically be accessed by your IRS PIN if you have one. And if you don't have one and you filed your taxes, you can go to irs.gov and you could apply for a PIN number and they'll send it right back to your email. But they don't tell you any of this right here. Okay? So I did what they asked me to do. And when I went back, I asked them again, what do you want me to do? So they said, you need to go online and fill out the FAFSA. They said, you haven't done that yet? It needs to be done before you can accept a loan application. Okay, since we're actually not talking to financial aid people, what she actually told me is that, why don't you know that? You've been working at Thomas Nelson for 10 years. And I told her, well, fortunately I work in an academic computer lab. I don't work in financial aid. So I need you to tell me what to do. Just like you need me to tell you what to do when you come in my area. But we won't go there. So in any event, I wound up filling out the FAFSA form anyway. This is what they should have told me. Actually, the FAFSA should be the first process in applying for educational funding. This will determine whether a student qualifies and is eligible for federal grants, which is money, once again, that you don't have to pay back. I should have did this 3 visits ago when I went there. What should I do now? They told me you need to submit to us a complete 1040 tax form. That was ridiculous. I mean, well, you know money. I have a 501. So my tax paperwork is like this. so I was looking at it and I'm asking myself, well, really, do you really need that? Because half of it I don't understand. That's why I have a tax agent. So this is what they wanted. So this is what I did. I came, well, actually mine is into it. So I went online. I tried to download it. Unfortunately, they're preparing for next tax season because it's December. And so I had to rifle through my paperwork, and I had to get it all, and then I actually made another copy. Fortunately, I work in an office where copies don't actually cost me any money, but imagine if it was 10 cents like it should be with, I don't know, maybe 50 or 60 pages worth of information. The funny thing is, all they had to do is say randomly there's an order that 1 out of every 100 students will apply for financial aid. The officers have no way of knowing exactly who that person will be. And all they actually need are the first 2 pages of the Schedule C portion of your 1040 and the first page, of course. And in its best interest of the students just to have that. So they really didn't need to see all my tax information. I really didn't have to go run it off. So if I had paid $6 to run all that information off to give it to them, to take it there, and they only pulled out 3 pages, which is equivalent to 30 cents here at Thomas Nelson, I had a problem with that. Okay, because all they really needed to do was see that I filed it and to get the information off 3 pages. Right here, this is a misquote. It actually should say what they should do now, not what I should do now. I guess that's because I was still confused about what I should do and what they should do. But this is my solution. If they create a package that includes guidance checklists, an information sheet to jot down the pertinent personal information that you get, it's like your PIN numbers and so on and so forth, your username and password, and they give you a folder to put all that information in, do you know when you go through that checklist and when you're at the checklist, that you can go back to them, and when you hand them the folder, everything will be in the folder that you need to be in there, all the information that they need, and then all you have to do is just sit back and wait on your email that they're going to send to you to tell you when you should come in there and pick up your books and when you can register for your classes and when you should start your classes. And when they're satisfied with this information, what they should do is actually flag you. So when you register for your classes, they don't continuously drop you because the business office doesn't know whether you can pay for your classes or not because financial aid hasn't released your information. It's ridiculous. In any event, that's this portion of that.